Hello children, welcome to the online platform of Sri Gokulam Guruvayur. Children, we were discussing chapter 7, that it is directing, and in this chapter we saw that there are 4 elements of directing. They are supervision, motivation, leadership and communication. We were discussing about motivation. In motivation we saw Maslow's need hierarchy theory, and in today's class we will discuss about the various financial and non-financial incentives. This is also related to motivation. Now let us see what are the different financial and non-financial incentives. But before that, let us see what is incentives. Incentives means all measures which are used to motivate people to improve performance. So to improve the performance of the employees, the company is using different incentives. Okay, that can be in the form of financial incentives or non-financial incentives. Now here is financial incentives. It refers to incentives which are in direct monetary form or measurable in monetary terms and serves to motivate people for better performance. So here it is in direct monetary form and we can measure it in monetary terms, and these incentives are used to motivate people so that they can perform well. Now here are some lists of financial incentives. The first one is pay and allowance. For every employee, salary is the basic financial incentives. We know that all the employees, whoever is working in any organization, the basic motive behind working there is the salary. So that is the basic financial incentives. It includes basic pay, year-end allowances and other allowances. Now next one is the profit sharing. Employees are given a share in the profit of the organization. So beside their basic salaries, they are also given profit of the organizations. Okay, they will also share some part of the profit of the organization. So this motivates them to improve their performance and contribute to increase the profit of the organization. So as they know that if the profit of the organization is increasing, they will and they will get a part or a share in that profit, they will perform more. Okay, so according to their performance, the profit of the organization will increase and they will also share, the employees will also share that part of the profit of the organization. Then the third point is co-partnership or stock option. Here, under this incentive scheme, employees are offered company shares at the price lower than the market price. So, under co-partnership or stock option plan, the employees are offered by the company's share at price which is lower than the market price. So, if the employees are going to the market and purchasing their share, they will get it in the original rate. But here, the company is giving offering these shares to the employees at the price which is lower than the market price. So it is a sort of financial incentives given to the employees. So that will create a feeling of ownership to the employees and they will contribute more to the growth of the organization. Okay. Next point is bonus. Bonus is an incentive offered over and above the wages or salary to the employees. So bonus is something more provided to the employee which is more than the fifth point is productivity linked wages incentives. This incentive aims at linking payment of wages to increase productivity, that is higher rate of wage for greater productivity. So here wages of the employees linked with what they produce. So if they are producing more, they will get wages more. So it is like incentive motivation for the employees to work more and produce more. Next point is retirement benefits. Several retirement benefits such as provident fund, pension and gratuity provide financial security to employees after their retirement. This acts as an incentive when they are in service in the organization. So you may have heard about PF, that is provident fund, and pension and gratuity and all that terms. So that also is a factor of attraction for the employee to apply for the job. So that act as these things, that is retirement benefit, they act as an incentive, or it provide a motivation to the employee to work when they are in the service. Next is prerequisites. In many companies, prerequisites and fringe benefits such as car allowance, housing, medical aid, education to the children, etc. are offered to employee over and above the salary. So in many big companies, they offer beyond the salaries and all that, above the salaries, the employees are offered many different types of perquisites, that is allowances, housing, medical facility and education to the employees' children. So these all are sort of incentives, that is financial incentives, which motivate the employees. So these are the 7 list of financial incentives. Now here are the non-financial incentives. So this beyond financial incentive, there are some list of non-financial incentives also. All the needs of individuals are not satisfied by money alone. Psychological, social and emotional factors also play important role in providing motivation. Non-financial incentives mainly focus on these needs. So non-financial incentives are one which satisfy our social, emotional and psychological factors, or it provide motivation to those factors. Now the first among that list is recognition. Recognition means acknowledgement with a show of appreciation. So appreciation is to be provided to the employee to make him motivated. When employees are appreciated for their good performance of work, they feel motivated. So appreciation is equally important to the employee to get motivated. So for that, various employee recognition programs are provided by the organization, such as congratulating the employee for good performance, installing award or a certificate for best performance, then rewarding an employee for giving valuable suggestions, then displaying on the notice board about the achievement of employee, distributing mementos and complimentaries like t-shirts, and is a recognition of employee service. So these are some of the recognition program provided to the employee, okay, which comes under non-financial incentives. Next is the status. In the organization context, status means ranking of position in the organization. The authority, responsibility, reward, recognition, perquisites and prestige of job indicate the status given to a manager. Psychological, social and esteem needs of an individual are satisfied by status given to their job. So status is one type of non-financial incentives. So through status also the employee get motivated, as he is not only given a position, higher position in the organization, but the many other factors like esteem needs, social needs and psychological needs of this employee is satisfied. Okay. Next is career advancement opportunity. Every individual wants to grow to the higher level in the organization. We know that we don't have to stick in one position. We want to grow. As organization grow, each and every individual also want to get a position which is more or higher in level. He want to grow in that organization. Along with that organization, he also need to grow. Managers should provide opportunity to employees to improve their skills and be promoted to the higher level jobs. So here the manager is making a he is a person who should provide opportunity to the employees so that they can improve their skill and promote to higher level jobs. Promotion works as a tonic and encourages employees to improve their performance. So promotion is like a tonic to the employee through which they can perform or improve their performance. Next is job security. So employees want their job to be secured. Okay, job security ensures stability of future income, which motivate employee to work with great zeal. So here the job security act as a non-financial incentives. If job security is there with the employee, he is equally motivated there, because there is a stability of future income. Okay, next is employee participation. It means involving employee in decision making. Participation means what? Making employee participate in decision making of the issues related to them. So here we are taking up their suggestions also. Examples of employee participation program include joint management committee, work committee, canteen committee. So here in these areas we are involving employees also, so that they get a participation. They also participate in the affairs of the organization. Next is organizational climate. Organizational climate indicate the characteristic which describe an organization and distinguish one organization from the other. So here organization climate refers to the working condition. Okay, so each organization, they have their own working condition. So there is every organization have a unique or different way of working. So what makes that employee stick on to that work is its organizational climate. Okay, so that also distinguishes one organization from the other, and through organizational climate we are actually providing the employee non-financial incentives. Okay, next is employee empowerment. Employee empowerment, giving more autonomy and power to the subordinates. So here they are getting more power. Okay, this motivates them to use their skills and talent in the job performance. So through job empowerment we are giving them freedom, okay, power to work in that organization. So they are getting an chance to initiate their to show the potential or skill or talent in them through in the job performance. Now next is the job enrichment. Job enrichment is concerned with designing jobs that include greater variety of job content, requires higher level of knowledge and skill, gives workers more autonomy and responsibility, and provide opportunity for personal growth. So job enrichment means we are creating a post in which is covered with greater variety of job content. Different types of variety of job is there in that job enrichment or job position, and higher level of knowledge and skill is required to do that job, and we are placing that employee over that, making the employee believe that he is skillful and intelligent enough to handle that position. So that is actually a motivation to the employee. Okay, so with greater responsibility, he is handling more responsible job. That feeling is every time within that employee, and his contribution to the organization will be more, as that that job enrichment feeling is there within him. Okay, so these all are the type of financial and non-financial incentives. Children, now let us discuss about the difference between financial and non-financial incentives. Meaning and examples. Financial incentives are in direct monetary form and it can be measured. We know some of the examples of financial incentives are pay and allowances, profit sharing, stock option, bonus, retirement benefits, and perquisites. The next is the non-financial incentives. This cannot be measured in money terms, but it provides psychological and emotional satisfaction to the employees and managers. For example, status, promotion, then recognition, job enrichment, job security are the examples of this. The next is level of employees. Financial incentives are more suitable for lower level of employees because money is a means to satisfy their needs. So those employees who are working in the lower level of management, they are more attractive to the financial incentives. But in case of non-financial incentives, we can say it is suitable for a higher level of employees whose needs are not satisfied by the money alone. Next is need satisfaction. Financial incentive helps to satisfy basic psychological needs of the employees. So basic psychological needs means we know that we have studied in Maslow's need hierarchy theory. So in that, basic salary and allowances are some of the psychological needs. So that can be satisfied with the financial incentives. And non-financial incentives, they satisfy the psychological, social and esteem needs of the employees. So from that Maslow's need hierarchy theory, we can say that psychological, social and esteem needs, that categories of needs are satisfied through non-financial incentives. So these are you. So children, let me conclude today's class. You have to read the textbook covering this point. See you in the next class with a new topic. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.